Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. And now in this video, I'm going to show you the reaction Clayton Echard had to watching back his week 3, third episode of his season of The Bachelor. He says it was like watching two different movies. That's right, Clayton. You thought you were in a rom-com, turns out you were in a horror film. We'll get into it. Do me a favor, follow me on Instagram at DNeals. As you guys know, we make this content, no edits, no jump cuts, just me and you guys, and it seems that really resonates, that I'm giving you the authentic Dave, my thoughts and opinions on all of this matter. So we'll get into that, and if you don't mind, follow me on Instagram at DNeals. I'm including a lot more content over here. Just go to DNeals on Instagram. You can see new reels, stand-up comedy, and different things like that. So you can enjoy that at DNeals if you want more content. I appreciate y'all supporting. So we made our week 3 recap, which, by the way, how did I do for my Baywatch font? Not exact, but pretty good. Shanae watch week 3 recap. And as we continue talking about Shanae, you know, it used to be that villains would be somebody that, you know, you didn't like because they were snobby or this or that. And it's just like villains these days. I mean, Shanae is making fun of Elizabeth's ADHD, which is neurodiversity. She's making fun of the way her brain works. It's like, we're getting psychological. Our villains are, you know, they're cutting deep. They're going into it. She's stealing someone else's shrimp cocktail. I mean, it's one thing after another. So I'll play for you Clayton's response, and then some of the other cast members being like, hey, we told you this was going to happen. What do you expect? And also, if you guys want to be a part of my Patreon-only community, right after I release this video, I'm going to be releasing this right here, Work with Dave at 10:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what it is it's just a live stream for behind the scenes. I put together the thumbnails. I talk to the audience about, what do we think about this? How do we want to clip that? I play some fun music. It's a ton of fun, actually, and then I record a live video. So in this Patreon live stream coming up right after this, I'm going to be constructing my video about Cassidy and what Blake Horstman has to say about her. I know, it's a lot of content. We're going to get into all of it. All right, so here are a couple tweets and memes and things like that people are sharing regarding Shanae. Now, if you guys don't remember, Shanae essentially cried and said she was the victim of all this bullying. And Clayton's a nice guy. He's going to believe it. You know what I mean? I got sent this last night. Check this out. This is Clayton. So one of Clayton's schoolmates sent me this his sophomore year of high school. How adorable. You know, too often we see these burly, strong men and we just think of these guys that are throwing weights at the gym and riding big trucks. But it's like, you know, he was a kid too. He's got that inner soul, that inner child that just wants to find love, which makes it very traumatic that he's on a season where he's trying to find love, and you got people auditioning, you know, to be Meryl Streep. Looking at you, Greg Grippo. Just kidding. And Shanae saying, oh, she cried and all these, and then afterwards, in her In the Moment, which is the private interviews after, she goes, wow, I was pretty good. I did a pretty good job. And people are wondering if she's a plant. We'll get to one of your voicemails that accuses her of being a plant. So Batch Please, like bitch please, but Batch Please, Beach Please, subscribe please, said, oh my God, he believed me. I've got him. I was good. That's what Shanae said. So they asked, is Shanae admitting, and by the way, we need some X-Files music for this, is Shanae admitting to all of Bachelor Nation that she's lying and playing Clayton? And Clayton with the perfect response, oof, googly eyes. Like, golly, are you kidding me? Brett said, Shanae keeps yelling about Elizabeth when she's just eating salad, minding her business because all her shrimp is gone. So, of course, Elizabeth, we'll get into what she has to say about all of this. Sierra Jackson, right, said, me and my beaches, and it looks like a normal photo. All right, the girls hanging out at the beach, no big deal. All right, there it is. We've got a, I believe you would consider this anthropomorphic. Does that mean making a shrimp human-like? Does that mean this is anthropomorphic? Or is this just an emoji on a head? Either way, she crustaceanized Shanae. Shanae, how do you look with a nice exoskeleton there? Shrimpy. Anyway, so that's the look there. They wanted diversity on the show. What did they get? Sea fish, sea life right there. All right, so Clayton said, oh boy, what I was being told then and what I'm seeing now is like watching two different movies. And then Sierra said, we tried to tell you. We tried to tell you, Clayton, but you can understand. all he's doing is getting multiple sides of the story. He's not getting any truth. I mean, for all he knows, Elizabeth may be the one playing the victim in Shanae's, and obviously he's got an attraction to Shanae, who wouldn't have kept her around. So when you're attracted to somebody, and you guys know about this, when you're attracted to somebody, you look at those red flags and you go, I could paint those white, and then you just paint them another color. That's what we do. We paint red flags whites until the paint wears off and that red flag is still there. Someone had commented, but they're always so non-specific about what's actually going on, just speaking in platitudes and cliches. How is Clayton supposed to understand the nonsense? And that's totally true. And some people say, I wish it would be better if Clayton could watch the footage of the show. Well, no, if Clayton could watch the footage, she'd be like, hey, Shanae, you're out. You got to go. You're done. You got to go. There's no ref here. The show prefers that there's no ref. The show prefers that there's anarchy. It's Gladiator, and there's nobody to stop Clayton from getting gored by a bull. Shanae Twain over here is the bull. All right. So anyway, while Shanae's causing all a ruckus, Elizabeth is on her Instagram with her small following of under 10,000, raising money for neurodiversity issues. So while Elizabeth could be playing the victim, what she's really doing is just continuing to show her true colors, that she's willing to go out there and speak about platforms she believes in. So A+ to Elizabeth for sticking around, and also for providing us an example of the proper way to deal with adversity. She doesn't raise her voice. She stays calm and collected. She lets the other person, Shanae in this case, continue to dig her own grave with the words she uses. And in almost every fight, it ends with Shanae going, you know what? I don't want to do this. And Shanae ends the fight. And Elizabeth's like, why? What's the matter? What, you can't talk about this? You can't share your opinion about this matter? And it really goes to show Elizabeth would make a great mom. I think she has great conflict resolution here. So Sierra Jackson posts a shrimp, and of course everyone's like, dead skull shrimp emoji, and then, girl, your skin is glowing. I just love how women compliment other women. You know what I mean? Your skin's amazing. Oh my gosh, I look like a whatever. I wish I could look like you. Make a tutorial. Oh, those eyebrows, the lashes, the hand on the hip, everything looks fierce. I never once, guys, we just don't compliment. If there's any men, I'd love a compliment in the thing about my hair. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not fishing for compliments. Speaking of fishing, there it is, folks. All right, is a shrimp a fish? I don't know how it works. All right, so here's Shanae's high IQ response to everything. Let's get down to business. I don't know about you, but tonight's episode put me in the mood for shrimp. Oh boy, so there she is. What? By the way, we need some breaking news. What type of dressing? What type of seasoning is she using? Because you can really offend people if you don't. What does she have there? She has the standard. I think we have the same one. The standard, like a kind of hot spice happening there. What's that called? I forget what it's called. We all have that, Ron. We don't need to know what it's called. Anyway, one person said goodbye. 298 likes. It looks like Shanae may be deleting comments, to be honest. You'd think she'd have more, whenever there's only positive comments for the villain, someone's up there deleting away. All right, so let's do this. Let's go to a voicemail from someone who thinks Shanae may be a plant.
Hi, Dave. This is Colleen from Chicago.
Yo, Colleen, what up?
I'm just calling about last night's episode and about Shanae. I just wonder if she is not necessarily a plant, but how much the producers are involved in her behavior and all these things she is saying. They need a villain, so I get it, and I just wonder how much stuff is going on behind the scenes that we can't see. I've been watching this show for 20 years, and I don't know why I'm surprised when I see people behaving like this, but it blows my mind that someone can behave like this on national television when she knows it's going to come out and all this. So anyway, I just wanted your thoughts on that. Okay, have a good day. Thanks, Dave. Bye.
Colleen, love ya, and I could really hear that Chicago accent when you said national. Let's listen one more time to national.
I see people behaving like this, but it blows my mind that you can't see. I've been watching this show for 20 years, and I don't know why I'm surprised when I see people behaving like this, but it blows my mind that someone can behave like this on national television when she knows it blows my mind that someone can behave like this on national television when she knows it.
All right, maybe I exaggerated. Either way, appreciate you. Chicago is one of my favorite types of pizza. We're going to be going to Chicago pretty soon because Tasha has to try on a wedding dress. As you know, we're wedding planning. If you want to follow our accounts, Tasha Courtney on Instagram or my account right there on Instagram, we're going to be sharing that process. You know, just like some other people have mentioned, delayed weddings due to the pandemic. We still don't know what we're going to do, but we've been engaged for 2 years now. We got engaged right when the pandemic started, so we're in a unique situation. That's neither here nor there, but Colleen, when I'm in Chicago, come on by for a stand-up show, and we'll have some deep dish pizza. I have to say, Detroit pizza is still my favorite. I don't know what it is about the city of Detroit. They make a good pizza. I'm a carbo. I love New York. Don't get me wrong. You know, whatever. I love all pizza. Look, I'll eat 7-Eleven pizza. No one's stopping me. You know what I mean? But either way, appreciate your phone call. Is she a plant? Well, we're going to find out at the Women Tell All, the WTA. We'll find out if Shanae is as bad on live TV as we think she may be. You know, your question was, how do they find new villains every season? How do people actually say this stuff and believe it? Well, a lot of people either mask their hurt in humor. And again, humor is best served when it's punching up, not down. And when you're making fun of someone else's ADHD, you're punching down. Usually, you know, the house will provide people the worst version of themselves. So if you've got some insecurities within you about how you stand in the house. And of course, there is an instant hierarchy that is formed when you're competing for the same person. You know, for all we know, Shanae's never competed with other women in a format that would bring out the worst in you. Accompany that with alcohol, lack of sleep, and being surrounded by other beautiful people, you're going to immediately resort to either being kind or being cruel. And it looks like Shanae took cruel. I don't know any other way to put it. Sometimes when someone like Victoria Larson, by the way, let's pull this up right now. Victoria Larson, of course, was there was so much heat on Victoria Larson as the villain that she was forced to go on Good Morning America and apologize. Remember that? She was forced to apologize on Good Morning America. Well, I'm going to go to Katie Thurston's post because Katie Thurston had posted last week about all the hate that she's receiving. And of course, Katie Thurston and Victoria Larson are completely different topics. Victoria Larson was cruel. She was point blank cruel. She was calling people sluts and hoes and all these things. She thought she was being funny. Whereas Katie Thurston, I don't think had any of those intentions to be as cruel as Victoria Larson. But still, as the villain of her season, Victoria Larson writes, I feel a more fun, happier version of myself died due to the criticism, hate, and judgment. But I'm finding so much gratitude and love lately, and I wish that for you. And you have to understand, Victoria Larson, people had very honest and righteous views about the way you treated other women on the show. You know, just like Shanae should have to answer the questions to how she's minimizing someone else's neurodiversity. These aren't things that like you can just chalk up to like, oh, the fan base is toxic. Don't get me wrong. People will swing past the wrecking ball, but don't think Victoria Larson, is the happier version of you the person that was calling other people sluts and hoes? That can't be the case. And I've had people DM me during Victoria Larson season saying, hey, she's not that bad. You're just being overly dramatic. And he goes, well, maybe. But she was put in a situation where some of her true colors were able to shine. And that's what we're seeing right now with Shanae. I'm sure Shanae has friends. I'm sure she's not that bad of a person. But when it comes to competing, rather than just go for Colton's love and Colton's, the higher, energies, she's showing that she's willing to tear down others in the process. So that's what we have to say about that. Let me know what you guys think. We have more content coming your way. Go to patreon.com/Dave Neal if you want to catch the live stream. It's happening right after this. Bye, guys.